Yo, it's Yerk, and excuse my bedhead, but wow, was this a massive update. We got all kinds of new weapons from Battle Royale, including the Scythe, the new Accolades device that gives BRXP in creative, as well as another new device, massive updates to existing devices, and some huge changes to matchmaking. We're going to go over all of that in this video, but be sure to stick around until the very end because if you don't, I'm sure you're going to miss something super important. But this is everything new in the 18.40 Fortnite Creative Update, and let's hop right into it. Alright, so we're going to start with the matchmaking device changes. So the first change that everyone will notice is that when you're matchmaking into an island now, the loading screen is actually going to display the island information. So those 3 bullet points of your island are going to be much more useful now, as they will always be visible to the player at some point before the game begins. This is massive because there was no way to guarantee players ever read these, and they had to push a button to make them even show up. So I'm super happy with this change, and now we just need a support a creator option on this screen as well, and custom island images on the loading screen as well. But that's not all that's changed. If we place down a matchmaking portal and we enter a code that has been approved through the Discover submission, then the matchmaking portal will work just the same as it always has. But if we go and enter a code that hasn't been approved, as you guys can see, we're going to get this error message. This doesn't mean that non-approved maps can no longer be played in matchmaking. There's just another step that we have to do to make it work. So to make a matchmaking portal work on a map that hasn't been approved, you now need to add the version number, and to add the version number, we just want to type a question mark after the code, then the letter V, then an equal sign, and following that with the version number of your map that you want to link this matchmaking portal to. Then you'll see it'll register and the map pops up and you're good to go. Now let's talk about new items. We got the combat assault rifle and we got it in all 5 rarities. I always love to see new weapons in creative. I just really wish we had a weapon customizer device, but hopefully that comes with creative 2.0. We also got the very highly anticipated sideways scythe, and once again we got all 5 rarities. This is the first of its kind for melee weapons in creative because unlike the sword, this allows you to still carry more weapons. It also doesn't give you the health buff the sword does, and we got some cool abilities with this, and I can't wait to get more melee weapons in creative in the future. They also gave us all 5 rarities of the combat pistol. We're starting to get a lot of pistols in creative, but once again, I'm always happy with new weapons. And we are not done with new items yet either, as we also got the shockwave launcher. Now, I've wanted this in creative pretty much since it came out. I'm very happy to announce that with this update, it's finally here, which is awesome. This and the Scythe are super massive additions to creative, and they open up the door to so many fun ideas that weren't possible before. And last but certainly not the least of the new items, we got the 0-point pretzel. This consumable just gives you the 0-point dash effect, and it looks like a pretzel. And pretzels are good. Like if you like pretzels. Now let's hop into the new devices. We got a new item remover device. If the name didn't give it away, this device lets you remove items from a player's inventory, which we already could do using conditional buttons, but this just makes it easier. We have the option to remove certain items that we drop in the device. We can remove all items, weapons, consumables, materials, or resources, and we can also choose how much we remove. Like if we wanted, we could just remove half of a player's mats or something like that. We can also choose if we just delete them or if we drop them, all controlled by a channel, which is super convenient. Then we got the Accolades device. Now this device lets us create achievements in our maps that give real Battle Pass XP. I actually made a concept about this a while back, and this device actually goes above and beyond what I proposed in that video. But as you guys can see, we can name our accolade, give a description, and we can choose how much XP the accolade gives. Now you can't choose like a specific amount of XP. You just get to dictate how much XP this device gives in relation to other accolade devices on the map. And unfortunately, your map does have to go through the Discover Submission tab process in order to work. But this is still a really awesome device, and it's so awesome to see Epic tying creative and Battle Royale together like this. Now, the shooting gallery got the biggest update we've ever seen to a device, and it was much needed. Now, if we go to place down the shooting gallery, we can see we no longer place down 5,000 targets. We just placed down the moving target and the still target. But wait until you see all of the new settings that this bad boy got. I already know Don Wozy is just losing his mind right now. Like you guys don't even understand how awesome this is. We can now control literally every aspect of this device, and we can customize timings for everything. as well as control everything on a channel, which means we're probably going to see some really awesome new aim training maps in the very near future. So I will leave a link to Don Wosey's Twitter in the description. Be sure to follow him if you guys want to keep up to date on when he's dropping the craziest aim training map you guys have ever seen. And finally, the timer device also got some love with a little update that lets us save the time on the clock between sessions. This is really nice to have and something that I did complain about when the device first came out. Wow, what a massive update, am I right? Let me know what your favorite part of this update was, and click here to see my reaction to Mustard Plays talking about my map.